Live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the realist. Am I on? Are we on yet?
You are.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Thank you guys for joining us. Next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Jabron Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with us. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. And we're here to make sure that your real estate business is growing. Before we get started with today's phenomenal show, as always, we have a great show planned out for you guys today. I want to tell you guys a little bit about my day. It's been a really, really awesome day, and I got a chance to really enjoy entrepreneurship today. It felt really, really cool to not have that 9 to 5, you must hustle and come in and out and clock in and out type of deal, because I got a chance.
What did you do?
Man, I got a chance to go and have lunch with my kids at school, which, by the way, they have way better lunch than I think I've ever had, and it's like
when I was in school, you had Hot Pockets.
Yeah, I remember that.
You had
Y'all had Hot Pockets?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
we had
remember
Hot
those squares
Pockets. We
of
had
pizza?
microwave burritos. We had the little squares of pizza.
And they were horrible tasting, but we eat them
But
all.
you had to buy. That was separate. That wasn't on the lunch line,
Yeah.
David. Now, if you had like free and reduced lunch like I did, then you'd go up there and your 40 cents would get you whatever could get slopped onto a tray.
Oh
Yeah.
my
While
God.
all your friends
Yeah.
were getting burritos and Crispitos.
Yeah, we had the reduced lunch, okay? My kids this morning, I went over there and I was like, man, these kids get like veggies, rice, and an actual like
Damn, you got veggies on your plate?
oh no, veggies, rice,
What?
veggies,
When I was
rice,
in school?
and chicken, like cut up chicken breast, like
Yeah.
and then so the lady at the lunch is like, hey, which one of these veggies do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, just serve me a little bit of whatever tastes good. And she goes, boy, everything here tastes good. So she packed on the plate, and she wasn't kidding, man. Everything was delicious. I got a chance to hang out with them. We had some lunch, and I got back here to the office, and now we're doing the show, and I just kept thinking, man, how awesome is this? Because Vanessa got a chance to go too. And I thought, how cool is it that we have that opportunity, that we have the ability to say, today is Thursday.
Not just one parent, but both parents.
Both parents.
Yeah, that's big.
And here's the thing, like,
That is cool, I got to say, because even when I taught in schools, it's very rare to have both parents come out.
Yeah.
You'll get the mom or the dad.
Yeah.
But you hardly ever see both. If you see both parents, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Why are both parents here?
Exactly.
I think this is bad.
It actually, you actually kind of feel that when you're walking through the halls, because all the kids are like, wait, your parents are here, Daniel, or like,
You must be
Is everything okay?
Yeah, is everything like
Yo,
they
Danny,
kind
you need to
of
talk?
have that concern until we're just sitting down and just hanging out, and they're like, oh, okay, and man, you figured the cool thing about the school is its lunch is open to any parent that wants to show up. But I've been there a handful of times. I've never seen other parents there. So yeah, I mean, it's just really, really awesome, man. It's a really cool feeling. I love the fact that we're able to do that. And
Are you allowed to take food to your kids' school?
you know what? I don't know. I don't think so, because we pre-order the food for them a week in advance.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was in school, they made this rule that parents could no longer bring fast food to their kids during lunch.
Wait.
Because
there was a problem with parents bringing like McDonald's. Or
Yes,
something?
the parents would show up and they would bring McDonald's.
And other kids would get
They'd
jealous.
always bring like an extra like 20 pack of nuggets for the other kids.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you're gonna make the other kids fat.
Yeah.
And they were like, no more McDonald's, and they just cut out McDonald's completely. And I felt so bad because I was like, well, now their parents don't even show up. Like that was the one incentive for their parents to come
man.
eat lunch with them.
And here's the thing: we're sitting down and having lunch. And last week, I got a chance to go and hang out with Eliana, and I took her some flowers for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I noticed that as I was sitting there, even last time and as well as today, all the kids were watching us, like we were like in the spotlight. And I thought about it like how that applies to like our business, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone is always watching everything that everyone else is doing. I wonder how much time people spend out there watching what other companies are doing. I do remember a time when we first got started, when we first opened up the company, that we spent time looking at what other companies were doing.
Oh yeah, I mean you as a new startup, you kind of look around and you see who can we begin to emulate and be like. And then you reach a point where you realize, I need to emulate and be like what I want to emulate and be like. Not like anybody else.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing is what they're doing.
Whatever someone else is doing works for them.
Exactly.
But the minute that you start trying to emulate and copy what someone else is doing, for some reason, if because it isn't you, it just doesn't work. But I think about like all the people that like, for example, are out there who will make a random comment or you know, throw us an angry face here and there, and although we do appreciate it because it helps the rankings and it helps the show up and everything, it makes me wonder how many people are actually spending time watching instead of doing. And so we want to talk a little bit about that today because
some of the watchers, because I think that there's been some watchers out there that we were not aware were watching.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, and guys, this is a great thing, and I think it's there is still that opportunity for learning when you're watching and when you're emulating. At the same time, there's also that thing that we want to talk about, which is doing your own thing, doing the thing that you know fits you best, so that you can start going in your own direction.
Absolutely.
Not following what everyone else is doing.
I completely agree. And the other thing that people fail to realize is that when you try to copy somebody's model, exactly how they're running their model, it hardly ever works for you.
Doesn't work.
Because at the helm of that model is somebody who's constantly leading the innovation for that model. So you're constantly waiting, dragging to what are they going to do next? Oh my God. And instead of you thinking about what you can do next, you're too focused on trying to analyze what they're going to do next, and you go nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, so on today's show, you guys will get a chance to see who's been watching, and now that we know that you're watching, don't be afraid to throw us a big old hands or big old thumbs up.
Throw some hands
while you're at it. Some hearts, an angry face, you name it. We want to see it down below. Remember that we are live right now, so if you make any of your comments, we'll see them. We'll get a chance to chat with you while we're on the air. We have to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, today we're talking about following other people's leads.
Yes.
And really, there's something that I've always heard, and it's that the best form of flattery is when someone steals what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they try to copy it and emulate, and they take your message and they try to make it their own. Yes. And so yesterday, I'm just going through some different blogs and some different posts, just trying to catch up on the news. And I see this one post that says, "What is wrong with real estate?"
The problem with real estate agents.
The problem with real estate agents.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's interesting. I've been talking about the problem with real estate agents for over a year now.
We've been preaching about this at all of our events.
Yeah, we've been really heavily articulating it in the last 2 months, because everyone else is saying, oh my God, Zillow, Trulia, oh no, Redfin's finally profitable. They're going to crush everybody. And I'm going, no. Real estate agents, you're crushing yourselves.
Yep.
All of the really bad agents out there that don't know what they're doing, that's what's wrong with the industry. That's what hurts the industry, is all these people that are hobbyists. And then I pull this article up. Now, this article was put together by the Forbes Real Estate Council. And to qualify for the Forbes Real Estate Council, you basically have to be an executive for one of the largest real estate companies in America.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So we're talking about like the head of Keller Williams.
What do they do, this Forbes Real Estate Council?
They come together and they figure out what problems that real estate is facing as a business, as an industry. Now, they're completely independent of NAR. They're completely independent of the National Association of Realtors, all of that. So they don't have that agenda of we just need more agents. They're there to look out after the field itself. Like, what is the problem that real estate is actually facing?
Right.
And I just found it really interesting because this article was written by the CEO of ReMax.
Yeah.
Of ReMax Professionals.
ReMax Professionals. Yeah, that's right. Because they have a few different brands.
It's an office in Twin Cities.
Okay,
so he's the CEO of ReMax Professional. His name is Justin Fox.
Yeah.
He writes this article where he goes into what he feels is the real problem
with real estate agents.
And we just thought it was funny that it's almost as if they've been watching the Realty Ruckus.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was quotes in this article that came straight out of Realty Ruckus.
I got some right here.
So, big high five to Justin Fox if you're watching today. Thank you so much for watching. We
high
really appreciate
five.
it. This is something that we truly are passionate about and we believe in. So, if you are out to change the industry with what you're bringing in this article, we definitely want to share it with the rest of the world out there. So, let's talk about it. What does this article really say? Why is this article so important? And why does it make a big difference in the industry?
Well, because what I really like about it is that he is finally truly tackling what's wrong with real estate and what's been wrong with real estate for probably the last 20 years. Ever since MLS went online, this has become the biggest problem with real estate. Because there used to be a time where in order to get any listings in the MLS, you had to be a licensed realtor. So you had a foot up on anyone else who wasn't licensed. And you would get that big old ugly book, and then you could go through and look at the listings, and you get the new ones faxed to you. And those are things that only happen in a real estate office. No one at their home was like, oh, let me check what's new on the MLS today. Let me get the new MLS listings faxed to me. But as soon as the internet went live, now everyone had access to that, and a lot of people said, "Well, I'm going to become a realtor, collect that little 3% commission."
Anytime Uncle Bob wants to buy a
house. My uncle wants to buy a house, I'll represent him. It doesn't take anything to represent somebody.
All I got to do is open up a door.
And then Uncle Bob says, "Man, my cousin or my nephew Pete, who tried to help me, he's such a jackass. Like, I don't understand what he's getting paid for."
He's at the closing table and he sees that nephew Pete or whatever is making 15 grand on his transaction. He's like, why am I paying you $15,000 when you did absolutely nothing except open up a door for me?
Exactly. That's
I
what people
found the house. I negotiated. I did everything. You did nothing.
Which is an example this guy used in the article, and is an example we've talked about many times. And BB actually said it seems like he took direct quotes from the Ruckus.
It does. There are parts in here that as I was reading, I was like, this guy, he took the words out of my mouth. Literally, I just said these things.
And I have the paragraph pulled up here. I'm going to go ahead and read it and just let us know if this sounds familiar for the past few episodes of the Ruckus.
Or if you were at our summit in February.
That's right.
This is the message that I delivered at the summit after David's speech.
So the article reads, "Perception is reality. The majority of the licensed agents..."
That first line alone, perception is reality. I say that all the time. You're occurring. It's how the way that it occurs to you is your perception. Jesus.
It says the majority of the licensed agents a typical consumer knows are non-practicing. Do you know any non-practicing doctors or attorneys? Do you want your surgery performed by a non-practicing doctor or a non-practicing attorney to defend you in court? And so our industry gets downgraded from a respectable profession to a pastime.
Absolutely. I love it when someone, like when we're meeting with a seller and they're like, well, I have a cousin who's a real estate agent. And it literally like reminds me of this exact example. It's like, all right, great. So next time you have an injury, are you going to call your cousin who thought about going to law school, thought about going to medical school, you know?
It's like, didn't your wife get a degree in kinesiology?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I'm injured, I'm just gonna be like, well, let me go to Vanessa because she's kind of a hobbyist when it comes to this.
She's gonna look at you and be like,
yeah, I totally trust my surgery advice. You know, no, like you want to find the highest level professionals for every industry. For an attorney, you want the best attorneys. When you're looking for an attorney, do you ever go online and put on there low-cost attorneys that might do a good job? No, hell no. You go, I need the best freaking attorney money can get. Who is the
absolute best attorney? And that's the one you go hire.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work that way in real estate. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it's so easy to get licensed nowadays.
Yeah.
So, yes, nephew Pete, he might be 25 years old. He just decided to get his license just to kind of have it on the side, but he's never actually done a transaction. But in order to get his license, he has to take, a handful of hours, a handful of classes, I mean.
Yeah.
And I saw an example on here that was very interesting. There's a state out there, not sure which state they're referring to, that requires 60 hours to get a real estate license.
No, I think it's a 30.
30 hours.
1,500 hours to get a barber's license. I mean, that's how messed up
the person cutting
is.
your hair needs more experience than the person helping you make the single largest purchase you'll ever make in your life, more than likely.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
A mechanic has to take more schooling than most real estate agents do.
Yep.
And that's crazy. Yep. And you're right. I don't know what state that's in. That's got to be like North Dakota or like Montana, where there's like 3 licensed realtors and then a bunch of hobbyists. But God, that's crazy. 30 hours? That's like a weekend. You could finish that in a weekend.
And you can be a licensed real estate agent and go out there and help someone make the biggest decision of their life.
Linda says that the spy must have been the lady who came last time and said that she thought it was open to all realtors.
That's what I was laughing about. I did like that Justin Fox, he put this very succinctly. He says, price is an issue in the absence of value. Mm-hmm. And I love that sentence, because you do get those people that buck and want you to discount your listing or whatever it might be. They want you to discount your services, and that's because there's that perception that there is an absence of value because of the low barriers of entry to the industry.
Well, it's funny because Brandon and I, the other day, we were talking, and I'm not even going to talk about which listing it was or anything, but I'm going to tell you what the example was. Because there was a house, and we took a very creative marketing strategy on it. And I can't tell you what that strategy is, or everyone else out there is going to steal it. Mm-hmm. And next thing I know, John Fox or Justin Fox from ReMax is going to be doing the same thing.
He'll write an article about it.
Yeah, he's going to write an article about how great this new strategy is. But Brandon and I went to lunch afterwards, after we got a contract on that property from that strategy, and we looked at each other and we said, the only reason this strategy is effective, and it's sad to say this, is because the other agent on the other side is so uneducated at what she's doing that she fell for the strategy.
Yeah.
And I said, that's such a big problem. This strategy shouldn't even work. If there was nothing but professionals on both sides of the table, there's no way that a strategy like that would work. Yeah. But when you have somebody out there who's just a hobbyist, who's just jumping in to try to make a quick 3% off of their friends and family, they're not even aware of everything, all the data that's there to help them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right, but that's what it is. Okay, fine, they get their license easily. They come in, but then there's another issue. Then there is the brokerages who are just collecting licensees, but not actually helping those agents. And that's kind of like I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg, but I know that one goes hand in hand with the problem.
Well, they are the chicken breeding more and more eggs, and that's what's happening.
And I don't know if he talks about it in here, but
he does.
But I mean, if there are brokerages who will accept non-performing agents, then there will always be agents getting their license.
Yeah, and as long as the barriers of entry are low enough, right? If there's somebody there to accept you, then you're going to do it.
And so I think that's kind of another issue that needs to be tackled. It's fine, okay, it's easy enough to get your license, and you come in here and mess somebody's world up because you don't know what you're doing.
And it happens all the time.
But at the same time, your brokerage should be saying, hey, if you're not going to be serious about this, you probably don't have a place in the industry.
I agree.
Right? But try to get some of the guys out there who are collecting $100 or $150 per transaction to agree to that, and to make them see that they're actually losing money by having one of those agents on their team. They don't see it.
They're losing money, and what they're really ultimately doing is they're murdering their industry.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing as if dentists all started drilling straight through people's teeth into their gums, and then people no longer wanted to go get their teeth drilled by a dentist.
Yeah.
And, do
like,
you go to the dentist?
Horrible.
No, man, dentists suck. Like, you're better off just doing it yourself. Yeah. That's what they're doing. And then people don't want to hire a realtor, and they say, you know what? I'll just list it by owner.
Yeah.
Or I'll represent myself on the purchase,
Yeah.
and I don't have to pay a realtor.
I'll just go get my license. There was a lady, obviously I'm involved in recruitment, and so I spoke to a lady recently, and she said, oh yeah, I'm getting my license so I can, basically save on my own house, and then I'll be able to do it for my family when I need to.
You know what? It's an interesting point. When I sold my first house, I had already been licensed. But I decided to hire a realtor. Do you remember?
I remember to list it for you.
So I bought a house to live in that I thought was a great deal over in Westbury, and we lived in it for a few years, and then we decided to sell it. When we sold that house, instead of me listing it myself, because at that point I had never practiced retail listings before. I'd never really done it in the past. I'd always been in the investment side. I decided to hire a realtor. So I called all of the top producing quote unquote realtors in the area.
Yeah. I remember this. This is such a great story. I love this one.
And so I interviewed with approximately 10 realtors.
Oh wow.
And I mean I don't remember what we were doing, but we weren't doing anything that summer, just kind of hanging out, and we literally sat at the kitchen table, and realtors would come in and out for like an entire 3 or 4 day span, and we would just interview them for approximately an hour apiece.
And it was so interesting to see all the different presentations.
Yes.
That was what was really interesting, is all in the different levels of quality and the different setups. It was really interesting.
Here's the thing that I found most interesting about all of this. More than half of them were late.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, more than half of them were late. And some of them was only, 5 or 10 minutes. Some of them were more like 20 or 30 minutes.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Most of them that showed up didn't even bring a packet or anything substantial to leave back or leave behind.
Just gonna talk to you.
So he literally just showed up just to like say hi and see what was going on.
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah.
I was printing my
sorry
packet.
about being late.
But my dog ate it.
It was incredible. Eventually, I finally chose one, and I still work with them. They still send me deals. I still send them deals. I still work with them. We still have a relationship. So, but I mean, it took a whole lot to get there. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish off and get into some events that all of you need to put on your calendar. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, before we get back into our conversation, We're going to talk about a little bit about one of our friends and sponsors of the
we
show.
We have a great partner, a new partner this year for the Realty Ruckus as well as the Real Estate Rally. And we want to talk a little bit about why you would need to hire work with a company like this. So our friend Hugo Fuentes over at Plans and Permits.
Yeah, Houston Plans and Permits.
Man, this is a really great company because if you've ever done a rehab, you know that you need plans.
Yep.
2, you need permits. Yeah. And I didn't mean to say it.
Hugo's got them both.
The deal is that he will take care of both.
If you're in Houston and you need plans and you need permits, then maybe you can go to Houston Plans and Permits.
If you're doing renovations out there, if you know anyone that's doing renovations out there, you're eventually going to run into having to pull permits, going to the city, and understanding how difficult that really is because you need to have all of the planning done by a professional. So we want to make sure that you guys know that if you need those services, the people to talk to are Houston Plans and Permits. You can contact them at 281-372-1555 or visit their website at www.plansandpermits.com. Again, 281-372 this is why we record these. 1555 or plansandpermits.com. Make sure you give a shout out over to Hugo Fuentes, and he'll actually be at the Real Estate Rally.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys check out his table as well. The other person I wanted to give a big shout out to was Maria Segura over at Goosehead Insurance. She just signed on as another partner of ours, so we're going to give her a big round of applause. Thank you guys for joining and supporting all of our events, all of our cause, and for promoting just running a good business and being an awesome business owner that's out there to make sure to bring value to the industry. All right, let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up. We just got done with our conversation on what people are saying or watching, why real estate is changing, and what is the biggest threat, which is bad agents. In order to make good agents, we have some amazing events that all of you should come out to. So what do we have?
That's right. So if you're looking to become a better agent, we do have a great lineup of events. Now, tonight, there was supposed to be an event, but because of the weather, the raininess, the nastiness is going on all day, and actually we're expecting it for another 10 days.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to go back to doing the weather on the Ruckus.
Yeah, what happened with that? We forgot about that.
We can't. But anyways, I'll give you guys the weather next time. So that new agent happy hour is canceled for tonight. We will not be meeting tonight at Pub Fiction. We have rescheduled it, and I will tell you about that new date here in a second. But coming up in early March is actually the Team WPR Summit, which is our big monthly meeting. It has our meeting, company announcements, motivational speeches, top production rewards, and training. So it literally has it all with breakfast, lunch, and prizes included. I mean, I don't think it could get any better.
This is an entire production for you
guys
that are out there wondering what
last
this is
time
all
we gave
about.
away almost $1,000 worth of door prizes.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you are interested in finding out what we're up to, that you reach out to David.
That's right.
David at whitepicketrealty.com, and you can get an exclusive pass to just come join us, sit in the room, and understand why we're changing the industry.
Exactly. And then
and you might hear something that gets written about by the CEO of ReMax later.
You just might.
They're watching.
And so the following week, actually, we have I don't know, it's probably an event that's just as great as the summit. It's just a lot larger in size, and there's free beer. It's the Real Estate Rally, March 13th, which is a Tuesday. And that's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. Guys, this is one of the biggest real estate happy hours in town. Last year, we had over 350 plus real estate professionals at our happy hour, so you can expect free beer, free food, and great networking all night. If you're looking to increase your business, this is the place to make those relationships.
Yeah, and I love it. Go ahead.
And I just want to give a big shout out because there are 2 title sponsors for that event this year.
We have 2 title sponsors
this year. We have
this year.
Very well-known company here, Eddie Gant, Johnny Hayes with Jet Lending.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're coming back to be our title sponsors again this year. And if you guys know them, you know they like to come out and have a really good time.
Yep, they're great
And then
guys.
we've also got this year Integrity Mortgage, who's going to be partnering up with us as our title lending sponsor for traditional real estate lending.
Yeah.
So this event is not just an investor event anymore. This is literally the real estate rally.
This is the Real Estate Rally, and if you need to know who can help your business grow, these are the people that are putting their money where their mouth is.
Absolutely.
And you want to come out and meet with them. Just talk to them and see how they can help your business. That's what it's all about.
And for any new agents that do happen to attend, a few days afterwards, we actually have a special happy hour just for you guys. So the rescheduled date for that new agent happy hour is going to be March 15th. It's It's going to be at the same place and location of Pub Fiction, same time and location, Pub Fiction from 4 to 7 p.m. And it's a new agent happy hour. So if you're a new agent who's, needs some guidance in the industry, or maybe you're enrolled in your courses and you want to come out and get some of that guidance before you actually get your license, come on out, have a few drinks on us, and we'll help provide that for you.
Actually, I want to update you guys on that, because one of the things we've added to this happy hour is a mastermind session. So in the mastermind session, we're going to get a chance to exchange ideas. One of the things that we're considering right now is exchanging ideas on how to produce more leads through your sphere of influence. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be giving you guys some ideas on how to do that. And then we're going to be masterminding together as a group so we can come out of this event not only with a few beers, but also with a lot of knowledge to help our business grow.
That's awesome. Yeah, typically the most masterful masterminding goes on with a couple of drinks.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how that goes. And then another great event coming up in March. It's on the 22nd. It's Digital Marketing for Realtors. So we're going to be showing you our tips, tricks, and advice for keeping your digital marketing at the top of its game. That's going to be March 22nd, 11 to 2 p.m. And that location will be determined. Please keep a lookout for that on the Houston Real Estate Events page and the White Picket page.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys for joining us today. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Don't forget to drop all your questions, comments, concerns down below. We want to hear from you. We love our audience. Keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.